2 minuto, пожалуйста. I'm live streaming with Bald right now. I'll leave in a minute. I have a friend over, so I'm not cutting you off.
All right. Oh, how rude. All right, dude. Have fun with Alessandro. I'll see you later.
Alessandro. I'll tell him he's
Walking on the street today, like everyone was lovely, and when they heard me like on the street talking to the camera in English, people are, oh my God, foreigner. So nice people. Terrible people. Huh? Terrible people.
Oh yeah, I could imagine.
Nice people. That's the thing with the provinces. Just the food is diabolical.
Even like the normal Russian food, like a borscht or or I guess borscht is Ukrainian, but like a cutlet or something.
It's just people here don't have money to like go to restaurants, right? They cook at home, and so like if you go to the shop, you can buy products and stuff. Yeah. But just if you as a foreigner without a kitchen, you're trying to like eat, and you've got to go to some like really crappy stolova or like some just pizza place, which is just like it's really shitty. So you really suffer with the. Yeah. And people wonder why I've always got diarrhea. That's the bloody reason.
I think my strong stomach can handle it.
Yeah.
I wish I could join you, man. I tried getting a visa. It's hard, and if anything, it's going to take 2 weeks.
Okay.
You're probably going to be done with your venture, so I'm going to have to save it for next year. Next year, I will come conquer Trans-Siberian. We're going to do the whole Trans-Siberian from one end to the other.
Okay, that sounds like a good plan. Yeah, we can always repeat it. I mean, we can just take a different route from the one I'm taking.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'll enjoy it. How come I can't see anyone's comments?
No, nobody comments. I don't comments on my video, but I'll figure it out for next time. But I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I see like 1 million hearts. I was like, oh, maybe like nobody's watching, and then I realized 1,000 people were probably waiting for me to try to figure out the technical issue of logging in.
And when I did my previous one, there was 3,000, and then I was like, Johnny, where are you? And now they've all disappeared. They've given up. They're like, no, we're not hanging around for Johnny anymore. So made it eventually.
Извини, guys.
That's okay. We forgive you. Yeah, no, that'd be cool, mate. A Trans-Siberian together, and of course we've got to hit Mongolia. We've got to hit Mongolia together. The Mongolian warlord reconquers his land, something like.
I got to see where my bloodlines come from. I don't know if they would, half the Mongolians in the comments are like, yeah, you're one of us. Like, you look Mongolian. And like half of the Kivians, especially these babushkas, they're like, oh, they look at me, they're like, you're Mongolian. And then the other half are like, you look nothing like a Mongolian. I have no idea what a Mongolian looks like because I've never been there.
Well, when I imagine a Mongolian, I would say you're pretty close. Like, I've seen pictures of Genghis Khan, and he looks pretty much like you, like a big bloody dude. Yeah, that ridiculous beard that doesn't properly grow up the side of your face. That's what a Mongolian looks like.
That Marco Polo TV show, have you seen it on Netflix?
No, any good? I saw the first episode a long time ago.
It's amazing.
Is it?
It's improperly named because it's basically should have been named Kublai Khan or something, where like.
Right.
The Genghis Khan's like
right.
And they canceled after a season, but it was so good.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give it another try. I watched first episode, but wasn't too sure about it. But okay, if we're talking about the same one.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the same one.
Netflix.
So, how's the how are the Vietnamese restaurants doing in bloody Kyiv?
You know what? I went to a Thai restaurant yesterday, Thai Ski Privet, Hello Thai.
And?
It was actually pretty good. It was overpriced. It was like, $10 per dish. So, you're gonna spend a lot just to get full. It's tiny dishes as well. But taste-wise, I was surprised. It was actually pretty good.
Okay. Is it better than the one we went to in Treshna?
Yeah, everything's better than that. That place is terrible. I mean, it was fine.
You are a sly dog. You are two-faced. In the video, you were like, this is lovely. Oh, I'm loving this. And you were shaming me for saying it was disgusting. And now, it was not. It was disgusting. Oh, right.
It wasn't disgusting. In retrospect, it wasn't the best place. So let's say that.
It was nasty. It was nasty.
It wasn't that bad. Okay. It wasn't that bad. I would never go out of my way again to go eat there.
Okay. Let me ask you this: if you were in Vietnam, right,
Yeah.
and you saw a Vietnamese restaurant that had like packet noodles in the window, like cheap, nasty
Yeah.
ones by Maggie, you'd eat there?
Yeah, because here's the thing: is you don't need to order the packet noodles. You can just order what's fresh. The pho was fresh. They use normal noodles. They just happen to also have. I don't know. I thought wasn't the best, but yeah, I understand. In general, if you see like frozen food or something or packaged food at a restaurant, it wasn't even a restaurant. It was just like some pop-up stand. I'm sure you've eaten worse on the train.
I've eaten worse actually on the train. Decent food on the train. I mean, I think it picked me off for the price, but it was okay. But in like the small towns, it's pretty nasty. But on the train, it actually wasn't that bad, surprisingly.
You know, I booked a train tomorrow morning, 6:30 in the morning to Kharkiv, and then 6:30 p.m. back to Kiev, because I thought I had to go and sign a contract because the internet at my Airbnb stopped working because it was under the old owner's name.
Yeah.
Thank God she replied to me and said like, yeah, here's the contract number, just pay the bill.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Imagine having to do a day trip to Kharkiv.
I know. Well, I thought about staying a few more days, but I realized I don't have any friends there anymore. And Diana left. They went to Mexico. You're gone. Yeah. Like, I don't even know anyone there anymore. I'm like, why would they? And my Airbnb is booked by some dude, so I can't even.
No.
Yeah, I'd have to stay in a hostel or something. I'm like, what's the point?
Do you regret not buying that Kommunalka overlooking with the greatest view of McDonald's ever?
I don't have any regrets. Let's
tell the people. Let's explain to the people.
What?
No, I'm just going to say that when I went to Kharkiv, like a couple of months ago, Johnnny had found this really cheap room in the center of the city. It was like $20,000 or something. How much was it?
No, it was like, was it 20 something? 25,000? Yeah, it was cheap. Whatever it was cheap.
And it was right in the center, but it was in a Kommunalka. A Kommunalka, for people who don't know, is basically an apartment, but where you like 4 rooms, but they share a bathroom, they share a kitchen. And Johnnny was like, I could make this work. I could I could live here with some random babushkas and whoever he lived in that building. But in the end, he decided not to. Probably for the best.
Yeah. I think I really want to like Kharkiv. I think it's a good place to live. It's literally half the price of Kiev.
Yeah.
Most things.
You're right. I think we do that often in life. We want to force ourselves to like a place. You know, it's like, oh, I should like, this has everything I want, but if you just don't feel it, you don't feel it.
Yeah. It's like in some relationships, I've been in that very recently even, like where a girl's like, she's pretty, she's nice, she's like, I'm like, she actually likes me. Like, I should just be happy, but then you're not, right?
Yeah, you can't force love, Johnnny. You can't force love. You either love a girl or you don't. You can't force it just because she ticks certain boxes.
But that's what people do. I think a lot of girls do that too. They have this like checklist of the perfect man. He needs to be, 190 centimeters tall with bald headed, multi-millionaire, big YouTube channel. And then they get with them. They're like, this is not what I want at all.
Fuck, I saw a video about me. It said that I made 3 million or something. How much was I worth? It was like I was worth 3 million. I'm like, fuck me, you think I'd still be doing this? My ass would be in Colombia or somewhere. I wouldn't be hanging around in some dodgy Soviet hotel room with 3 million in the bank.
I have a feeling you would be.
I wouldn't be recording, I don't think. I think I'd be like, okay, fair enough. I'm going to just go and like do my own little thing. Yeah.
Man.
It'd be hard to motivate yourself with 3 million in the bank.
You know what? It seems like that now when we don't have 3 million, but I know plenty of guys that have that and they're always wanting more. Like it's like this weird cycle of life where the amount you want or you think you'll be happy with is always more. And it's always like 3 times more than what you have. If you're broke and you're like, man, if I had $3,000 in the bank, I'd be fucking set.
I remember when Harold started me off and I said to Harold, if I can just make 20K, God, this conversation is so like, oh, fuck's sake. I mean, as a Brit, I hate talking about money. But okay, because 20K is a shed load of money to a lot of people. But I remember saying to Harold, if I could just make 20K one day, that'll be it. Like, I'll just never do another video again. That'll just be, I just need 20K. And then, of course, you get to 20K and it's like, well, I want like 100, and you get time and you want like whatever. So, yeah, no, your what you want is always growing and growing and growing and growing, of course. But I still don't have 3 million.
But at the same time, like, I mean, okay, so they've done studies where I'm sure this number is different depending on where you're living, the cost of living, and things change, right, with inflation. But they've done a study showing that if you can make, and you know, I won't even say the number, but if you can make enough, if you have enough money where you can afford a normal house, right?
Yep.
Not something that anybody would be like super impressed with, but it's like clean, you know, safe neighborhood, like, you know, somewhere that you're just comfortable living, yeah, and you have like at least 2 bedrooms.
Yep.
You know? Like, you're in general that plus having, like, being able to afford like a mid-range car, like a Toyota Camry or something. Nothing that's fancy, nothing that anyone would be like super impressed with, but it's reliable. Yeah, not a lot. Not, you know, like if you had to drive an old crappy Lada, like your life isn't good because you're stressed. It's gonna break down. Like, people might look down on you. You know, only the Gopniks and bald, you know, give you props. But like, you know, if you can just have like a Toyota Camry or Honda Accord or something, and you can afford to eat at restaurants like once a week, you know, your life is pretty good. Like, that's happiness. Anything less than that, you're kind of like, you know, you're worried. You're not like, you want more. But having more than that, having a bigger house or having a nicer car, you know, driving a Mercedes Benz or driving a, you know, Maserati, it doesn't necessarily make you happier. Like, it just adds more stress.
No, it doesn't. I always equate it to like when you buy that new pair of shoes and you buy that new pair of funky trainers that you like. You're like, fuck, I love these shoes so much. I'm always going to be like into these shoes. But then it becomes normal, and within like a month, you don't know you've even got new shoes. You don't care about them, right? And you're like, well, why have my perception changed? Or a song. You listen to a song like, that's the greatest song ever. I'm never going to get bored of this song. But then before you know it, it just becomes the rate. And it's the same, if I'm sure it's the same, you know, you buy the mansion. After a year, like, yeah, it's nice to live in a mansion, but at the end of the day, it's just a bigger house. Like, it doesn't, your happiness doesn't go up depending on how much your house is worth.
Yeah, you're right. People always want more, and then you start hanging out with people that have more, and you like want to match it. I was talking about my buddy Kevin Shee here in Kiev, and he was talking about how like his friends are all buying yachts now.
Yeah,
and he's like, yeah, I think I should get one. And I was like, no, do not get a yacht. I was like, trust me, this is free financial advice. Do not buy a yacht. You're not gonna be happy because there's always gonna be someone with a bigger yacht. And it's just going to be a crazy expense.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say about if it flies, if it floats, if it fucks, it's cheaper to rent it by the hour than to actually own it. So don't buy a plane, don't buy a boat, don't buy whatever. Yeah.
Oh, man. But you know what? It is financial advice because, like, how many billionaires end up, you know, having a divorce and losing half their money?
Look at bloody Bezos or whatever he is. Is it Bezos? Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
But to be fair, he looks much happier now than he did when he was married.
Because he's got himself a bloody young hottie now, hasn't he? He's been with that same one before for a long time. Now he's got a young hottie. No wonder he's got a smile on his face.
Yeah. It's a shame, you know, because I do believe in true love, and I believe that, you know, in an ideal world, you would meet someone, you'd have, you know, have a family, you would just be happy and be, you know, and like it would be good. But the trend, you know, of happiness, I mean, I would say for every, you know, one person I know, one couple I know that's truly happy, you know, still has a good sex life, has good banter, you know, just enjoys being with each other for more than, you know, 10 years after marriage. There's at least 3 people who just kind, you know, they're not very happy in life. You know, maybe they tolerate it, maybe they kind of just go through the motions, but that's not happiness.
Yeah, I think that people, though, they put too many strict restrictions on what a successful relationship is. And normally they mean by that, a long relationship is a successful one. But like, okay, so you're together for 30 years, but if like 25 of those years are misery, there's no, like, you don't get a medal for like sticking it out. Maybe it's better just have like many 1-year relationships, but passionate, great, fun. Maybe that's just as good as that whole ideal of I'm going to live the rest of my life with someone. Yeah, we're very strict. Since like romanticism came into the Western world, we've kind of like, oh, if it doesn't last forever, if I don't love you till my dying day, then the relationship, it was a disaster. But really, I mean, is that possible?
I think it definitely is possible in some circumstances and rare circumstances, but it's not the norm. Like I think it's. I mean, like there's some people who perfectly happy having a routine, going through like the normal motions of life. They have their favorite restaurant. They're like, yeah, like that is the place I want to go. My favorite bar. I want to go there every night. I know the people, And then there's some people that just like, man, I don't want to go to that bar again. Like I've been there every week for the last 20 years. Like I want to go. I want to travel. I want to see something new. I want different experiences. And maybe the different places aren't even better. They're just different.
Yeah. I think there are some of us that are just constantly searching new experiences. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I don't know. I just think it also in this day and age with like the internet and stuff, like you used to just know a certain circle of people. So you married the girl from the factory and you probably didn't meet anyone else really outside of that kind of like, circle. Whereas now a girl can hit you up or you could hit up a girl, in bloody Timbuktu if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And, so it's kind of, I don't know how you stay on the straight and narrow and be completely faithful when you've got people reaching out to you and opportunities. I think it becomes harder.
They say that a man is only as faithful as his options.
Well, there's no. Yeah, it's like when those guys say, "I've been faithful to my wife for 30 years," and I'm like, "Yeah, motherfucker, because you've got some shitty job with no other birds coming on to you. Of course you've been faithful. A man with no options, like there's no pride in that, right? Whereas if you see someone like a celebrity, I don't know, like Brad Pitt, if Brad Pitt is faithful in his relationship, or Ronaldo, because they're getting hit upon every single day by hot women, so you can be like, well, fair play to you, mate. Like I really respect that. By some dude who works in fucking the co-op saying, I've never cheated. Yeah, who are you going to cheat with? Get out of here.
Dave Chappelle had a great skit where he said, like, a man can decide, he could be happy in a relationship and decide, you know what? I'm going to stop going after girls. I'm going to stop chasing it, right? They won't be go on Tinder. They won't be tempted to talk to girls on the street.
Yep.
They say, you know what? I'm happy with my situation with my girl, my wife. I'm good. And he said, but Dave says, but man can only run so fast once the pussy starts chasing you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, you obviously, you've got your level of fame or whatever. You obviously have people reaching out and stuff on Instagram and stuff like that. And
92% got
2%. You're down to 2% ever since I appeared in some of your films. You've lost female subscribers. No, that's true.
Yeah.
You also, what's that other phrase, Johnny? That one, a man. Wait, there. What? A man is faithful when he has nothing. No, what is it? I forgot. What is it? And a woman. Okay. A man's faithfulness is tested when he has everything, and a woman's faithfulness is tested when she has nothing. I don't know if that's true or not, but you get the point. So a man, when he's a multi-millionaire suddenly, well, does he still want to be with his girlfriend? Whereas a woman, they say, without putting words into women's mouths, a woman, they say, when she has nothing, that's when she's tested, because obviously she wants something, right? She needs someone to help her, like raise a family and stuff. So, a man is, struggles when he's got a lot, and a woman maybe struggles when she's got nothing.
Yeah, it's hard.
Sorry, go on. Go on.
I was going to say, if I met a girl with like equal assets to me, then it would be fair. But man, I stayed in so many shitty hotels and shitty hostels and like saved up so much, of my hard-earned kind of money to be like, man, like, do I really want to just take this gamble and just say, maybe she just like, she hasn't done much in life. And I'm just she's just coming into this, a nice financial situation, it's hard. I think if I was broke, my life would be way easier. If I was broke and had nothing going for me, then of course I'd be like, yeah, let's get married.
Well, yeah, you haven't got as much to lose, I suppose.
Yeah. No, I'll do that. piss it all away the next 10 years, and then try to find someone who still wants to marry me.
Mate, that's my bloody policy. Go all out now. Just spunk it all. Spend it all in my 50s. And just be skint at 60 with no money and just be like, well, it was a good ride.
Yeah. I can see you doing that, actually.
Well, I think it's very likely that I will do that, to be fair to you. Just completely ball it out.
Somebody commented on the China market video saying that it seemed like Johnny started kind of fitting in with the locals, like the Asian guys there, and like I kind of just, I just kind of seemed like I found my groove and like fitting in, living there. And they said that bald is always the wanderer, the outsider.
I'm the Sigma male. What can I say? I'm the Sigma male. I do my own thing.
Yeah.
Sigma Chad. Yeah, I like to keep myself a little bit aloof and, do my own thing a little bit. Don't stay settled too long. But I don't know. But I think when those people saw you, obviously, like the Asian people saw you, they kind of like, oh, there's like one of us, so to speak, kind of thing. And then it's like you've already got that kind of like okay, if I was in Nigeria and I was walking through a market and there was a market of Europeans, they'd be like, oh my God, look, it's another one. Like, and we'd like start bonding and stuff. Whereas if I was with
super into their culture, right? Like whether they're speaking Cantonese to each other all the time, or if they're Korean, they're super into like K-pop. I was never into any of that stuff, so
I can't see you as a K-pop fan. No, that's true.
Yeah, and it's like, and then like, or people would just be into like sports, and I never cared about sports. So Ukraine is kind of a strange place where I feel like it's kind of a mixture between what I like about American culture and what I like about Asian culture. All in one. And here's an example. I can't stand it when people don't take off their shoes when they go into someone's house. Like I think it's, oh God, that's disgusting.
What?
On your bed?
I'm English. English people don't take their shoes off in the house, even with carpet. Yeah. We wear our shoes all the time.
Oh, yeah, like the US, like people do that too. And I'm like, what are you doing? It drives me nuts. But in Asia, like we take off our shoes at the front door always. And the fact that Ukrainians do the same, it just makes me feel like really at home.
Can I ask you a question? I just thought of something.
Yeah,
do you have carpets in America? Whenever I see like an American TV program, you've always got like a hard floor, like with a rug. Like in England, every house has carpets everywhere. Like even in our bathroom sometimes. Do you have carpets in America?
We used to a lot, but it's become a trend in the last 10 or 15 years to have hardwood. Ironically, a lot of the houses had hardwood under the carpet, so it would modeling. They're like, oh, I just found all this great hardwood.
Right. Yeah, okay,
so
fair enough.
If in the UK you have carpet, are you wearing your shoes onto the carpet?
Yeah, we walk around in our shoes on the carpet.
Oh, because if it was hardwood, I can almost see the argument that like, it's easy to clean. But carpet?
Wait there. I need to I wish I could have comments so like some Brits could tell me. Brits, we do wear our shoes in the houses, don't we? I mean, we take them off sometimes, of course. Normally we have this rule. Okay, this is the rule. If you're downstairs on the ground floor, you keep your shoes on, even on carpet. If you're going upstairs to a bed, then you'll take your shoes off. But no, you just keep your shoes on.
Okay, and it's raining half the time in the UK, so you're coming in with muddy shoes. Maybe you stepped on.
You wipe them. You give them a little wipe.
Oh my God, that is so bad.
The only room that doesn't have a carpet in an English house is the kitchen and usually the bathroom. Although quite often you'll see a carpet in the bathroom as well. That's a bit old-fashioned. But the kitchen's the only room without carpet, and we wear our shoes everywhere.
Oh,
we're filthy animals.
Yeah, that is disgusting. It really is just.
It's only when I started hanging out in Russia and having Russian girlfriends, I suppose, who educated me about washing my hands. I never used to wash my hands when I came home from going out. You go out all day, you wash your hands when you go to bed, you wash your face and stuff. But you wouldn't come back. But now, when I come home I'm always washing my hands, take my shoes off normally. Whereas before, I would never have done that.
Man, you barbarians.
We are. I mean, Brits are savages. We were living in caves until the Romans came, and educated us and taught us how to bloody live. The Romans turned up for 200 years, taught us about art, taught us about like nice things, taught us about taking our shoes off. Then the Romans buggered off back to Italy, and we went back to living like fucking savages again, living in caves again. So yeah, we forgot all that lovely culture until a little bit later on the Victorians came along, and then I suppose we started to learn a little bit again.
People have this misconception that like the English are like so, you know, the etiquette, you guys are so fancy.
We are, haven't you noticed?
Oh my God. It's so bad. Yeah, here.
Such a nice stereotype. You know, yeah, but it's nothing like that. We're absolute savages. You've seen Brits on holiday. You know what we're like. I always say Brits are nice people when we're sober or on our own. You won't meet nicer people. We're friendly. We're very polite. Put a Brit with another Brit and add alcohol and watch the fireworks. We just turn into nutters.
I met this Welsh chap named Mark with a C.
Yeah.
In Thailand, and he seems like the nice kind of normal guy, right? Just you know, polite, nice. And then we started drinking. Man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. The Welsh are especially bad.
Like, why do you guys drink?
I don't know. Well, what happened was, okay, this is our issue. All our pubs and everything would close at 11 o'clock at night. In fact, before that, they used to close at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and then start again at 5 in the evening. And so we're always rushing, mentally, we're always rushing to drink as much as we can. We've got this thing, although pubs stay open later now, you can stay open till 1 or something. We've still got that whole thing of like, fuck, neck it, get as many pints down our necks as possible. And of course, like, we don't know how to just enjoy a pint or a drink, you know? It's like, you know, pub's going to close at 11. Cry, get him in, get him in.
Yeah. You know, in the US, we have that culture too, because our bars close at 2 a.m. and people don't want to show up until midnight because, you know, that's like the cool time. You know, you don't want to show up at like 9 p.m.
You guys are so much later than Brits. We're out at 7.
That's better. I think that's better.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but we still drink until the end of the night. We don't go home early. So we'll still be drinking if it's open. But yeah, normally like on a Saturday night, all right, lads, what are we doing? 8 o'clock, you know, 7:30, meet for like pints. Wow, that's funky thing you got going on there. What, you can do different bloody things on this?
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Wait there, I'm going to press something. Have I done anything?
I don't know.
Absolutely nothing.
These filters suck. Like,
barely
filters.
Yeah. I've got filters. Wait, I'm
All right, I'm gonna turn my filters off. What? How'd you get that?
Hey, don't start copying my ideas.
What? Where'd you get that?
I'm doing a new one. Oh, look how young I look.
Yes. I'm sure everybody watching this is like, you guys are. Have you guys just discovered filters? It's 2021.
Wait, yeah, let's do the filter. What's that one? I want to go for this one. What's that one? Oh, hey. Oh, classic. Filter. Wait, what's this one? What's this one? Well, we've got loads of them. What's that one? Oh, that makes. Oh, look. Oh, yours is the best one. I haven't got that one. How come you've got bloody Yoda?
I think I won. I think I won with that.
Wait there. How do I do this one? I want this one. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Bloody hell. We are such bloody children. 70s.
I know. You're from the 70s.
Hey, what are you? Wait there. Wait. I think I've screwed it up. When were you born?
81. I'm technically a millennial. I'm at like the upper echelon of it.
You're a millennial. I'm 77.
Oh man. Dedushka.
Уже дедушка, уже старый дедушка. Что можешь делать? Давай поговорим на русском со мной. Давай говори на русском.
Хорошо, отлично. Как дела сегодня?
Да, все хорошо сегодня. Что, чем занимаешься? Чем занимаешься?
Да.
What you doing? Чем занимаешься? What you doing?
Сейчас ничего, но я хочу поесть что-нибудь.
Что?
Можно KFC, курица. Это кето. Это кето.
Taquito, yeah. You're becoming a bit of a food vlogger.
Uh-huh. I was gonna go to the supermarket. I was literally on my way to the supermarket, and then, oh, you know what? I hate to cut this short, but my friend is here. Anastasia, 2 minutos, пожалуйста. I'm live streaming with Bald right now.
Hey,
I'll be in a minute.
Go ahead.
Cigarette. I have a friend over, so I'm not cutting you off.
All right. Oh, how rude. All right, dude. Have fun with Alessandro. I'll see you later.
Alessandro, I'll tell him you said hi.
See you later.